And hey everybody, welcome back. BogMod here, playing more Cold Steel 4. And I think it's time, so I was musing. For those of you who may not be aware, I generally play, I'll play a bunch. You know,
well then,
several episodes at a time. Sometimes events will happen. You know, I'll proceed past them for a little while. I'll finish my recording for the day. And then I get time to properly sit down and think. And I have been doing that about the events that happened at the hospital. So Vandik says that he only kind of knows what's going on the surface. So I am unsure what that exactly entails. He has to know something is up, though. Something more than just the surface. If he was just willing to let Ash kind of be there and not care. But without knowing more of what's going on, I can't really say... Yeah, it's hard to judge Vandik. Just not enough information.
well then,
What seems to be the theme of the fourth game. The Emperor, though. The Emperor, though, is interesting. Not only have we apparently had... There's been records. These black records. They're not... Apparently they're not just a history. They are an accurate summation of everything that will happen. Up until the start of the Great Twilight. So we know this is happening.
well then,
Now, the Emperor, to me, clearly doesn't seem to be a warmonger. He's upset about people getting hurt. And yet, at the same time, we know he completely supports Osborn. At the same time he supports Osborn, he's also like, hey, you guys try and find your own thing, right? So, this has led me to a new theory. So, for a while I've been quite
Well,
confident that the war won't happen. Now I'm not so sure. This could be one of those unique situations, or one of these where a very specific set of weird requirements have to come into play. Kind of like how they had to talk about a sacrifice to get the Growl open, even though no one really got sacrificed to open the way to the Growl. So everyone lived. But anyways, so my idea is that the war may have to happen for reasons. Okay? Amongst those reasons may be the destruction or ending of the curse. The curse had to be brought out into full force before it could be stopped. And that Osborn has a plan to do just that. I'm going to go back to what I talked about in when I was doing my Grandia playthrough. One thing I very liked about Grandia was that there's a scene in it, and I'm sure I mentioned this before, but I'll repeat it again. An ancient evil has reawakened, but they have an ancient, they have some ancient technology that we used before to stop the evil, but it comes with a price. Now, obviously, the hero's like, I would like not to pay the price. The price you're asking me to pay is this woman's life, who I kind of have the hots for. Because she's like an angel being. And if you use her to power your gun, you can stop the monster for another 10,000. Yada, yada, yada. That sort of deal. Right? And the Minotaur's all like, well, we're going to do that. Because it's the only thing that seems to be able to do anything. And he's all just insists, and he just insists, no, we can find another way. And they're like, okay, what? To which he has no answer. He's just being RPG protagonist, anime protagonist, shonen protagonist, insisting, no, we can find a way, I have no idea what to actually do. I will just keep insisting it, screaming it into the air. And no surprise, everyone's like, yeah, we're gonna go with the one plan we actually have that has a feasible, an option for success. Because here's the thing, just hoping tends not to solve your problems. That's not how things get resolved in life. Then, of course, he goes and he does a thing that, that is effectively a Deus Ex Machina. There's no way they could have predicted it would happen, etc. type situation. And then he comes back and is like, look, I have the MacGuffin now. We can do an alternate. We can do a different thing than the bad thing that you were doing. Alright? This game here may be doing the same angle. Right? The Emperor and Osborne and all of them. We have a plan to stop the terrible evil curse. It just, it requires people willing to make some tough choices. Which they're apparently doing. And the heroes who know absolutely nothing and have no actual plan to stop anything will just luck into MacGuffining, Deus Ex Machinaing the miracle up a solution, basically, which no one could ever have predicted or planned for or tried to achieve. That could be where they're going with this. In which case, the war may be like a necessary thing. Like the evil has to, like the curse has to spread, has to hit like a critical mass thing or something. That could be a thing. Alright. Well, the curse has to be at full strength before it can be stopped. That kind of angle. That could be it. I'm still not sure. Because like I said, the third game. Oh, the third game. Oh, you really made it hard for me to think that anything of consequence, there's actually a serious threat the war's going to happen.
Well then.
But I will acknowledge the possibility it might. I'm still leaning towards it won't happen. And the heroes will come across some unknown impossibility that will let them save the day. But the idea that the various factions are doing it's making a tough call to stop the curse. Seems like it has some legitimacy, I would say, to it. It's not a non-zero chance. Especially with the idea that the events leading up to this were preordained in some way. They could have been just this will happen. We might as well see if we can set it up so that when it does happen, we can better use the events and minimize something. Because it would seem in keeping with the Emperor to be like, we've had these black records have correctly given us 1,000 years of how things will play out. Clearly he believes them. Osborne could convince him that there's a way to fix things going forward. It's just, there's gonna be some costs to it. The Emperor, seeing no other reasonable way, it's like, well, I guess it has to be done. That could explain his. Then that also would cover why he's all like, well, hopefully you can find a third way.
Well then.
Like I said, it's doable. It's hard to say though, because we don't know. We don't know Osborn or Ouroboros' motivations. The Emperor seems easier to read in his kind nature. Osborn certainly doesn't seem interested in world conquest. If even this is Osborn anymore, because I talked about when we had that little visiony bit, we saw Dreikel's being all picked on by a shadowy ghost thing, and then Osborn's all like, "Hey, goddess, or evil spirits, I'm willing to make a deal here." So,
well, then.
yeah, like I said, something might be in Osborn at the time. But then would that work with... that might not work, though, now that I think more on it. Because if he was possessed by the evil, would the Emperor be so willing to work with him? That's a little more tougher. While it would maybe explain his attitude shift, it may not explain the Emperor working. I like to try and think about these things.
Well, then.
But the game doesn't give me a lot to work with. Anyhow, now that we have mused on that... Hey, you two. Should be looking after him better. See the Ferris wheel look elsewhere. Colin is missing. He yanked himself free and ran off. What a brat. If only I'd slapped him more, he wouldn't be like this. Of course we're gonna help. We're gonna help look for Colin. What kind of game do you think this is? Everyone's like, we will help. This is our last family trip before I set off for the front line. I for myself with the conscription, just for the draft. It's been weighing heavily on Colin. I'm a little, actually, random aside. We know this game has female soldiers. I'm a little surprised the game is single sex for the draft. It wouldn't have changed much if... I can't see it changing much if... On a broader setting, if it had been like anybody could end up being drafted. Now, well. Let's find their errant child. Alright, we're gonna go find a child. A 10-year-old boy with the red hair. We're looking for the child. Young boy went off toward the Michelin Center. All right. Well, that was good. There we are. Gabrion. Have you seen this child? Headed in this direction. Went in the opposite direction. He seemed quite upset. Alright. The beach and the train station. Okay. Have you seen this child? Went toward the beach. Alright. Ooh, what, we're gonna fight the penguin monster? I wonder. Well, let's check them out. There we are. Don't worry, Colin, I'm gonna save you from a penguin monster. There he is. Oh, yeah, of course, no spoilers. I don't know what's going on, what the actual reasons are. You can just share your thoughts on if you think that I've got some, if I may be onto something. Like if you think, hey, yeah, that makes sense. Or you're like, hey, that doesn't make any sense. Clearly, Osborn is a violent, horrible warmonger who's set his sights on conquering all the world and then eating everybody. If that's what you think that I've missed, feel free to share. Well, doesn't want to go back. Can't do anything about that. I just wanted to encourage him. He's gonna be a soldier. He's gonna fight people in the war. I must be unhappy about it. Don't say any of that to Papa. Aww. So when I couldn't figure out what to do at all, I just ran away. Oh, well, that's too bad for the little kid. You give your dad a charm to protect him. How can I make a charm? Oh yeah! So I do know this. This white stone came up in the Crossbell games, actually. Call this for a while. You did a big whole thing trying to find the perfect white stone, I recall. Yeah, Kia has one. I'd forgotten who they gave it to, but I do remember doing the stone thing. And June and the others commenced their search for the White Stone. Not long after, we found a stone. Alright. And then went to the theme park, held in front of the Castle of Mirrors. AP boosted by 2? Yeah! Questy quest. Papa. Mama. It said Mickey 2. We should have talked probably about your fears. About your dad being riddled with so many bullets. These are over the lake, but they are supposed to be considerably rare. I'd be scared about going to war, right, Papa? If I had to go, I would have spent every day crying over it. But you don't. You always stay strong for me and Mama. And I stay strong for you too. So every time you feel lonely or afraid, you can look at that stone and think of us. That way, no matter how far away you are, we'll always be right there next to you. Colin! I've been trying to tell you all that for a while. I've been doing a very good job of it until now, though. Just holding it in instead. Oh, Colin, you're such a thoughtful boy. Thank you for this. Because of more than others, you still soldier through it all? You've been drafted to go to a war you don't agree with. It's hilarious. Great pun work there, miss. I don't think that was intentional on their part. But it's what they had happen. Aww. Everything's good. There's another time where Colin went missing 2 years ago. Damn, boy, you just keep vanishing. Just like your sister. And then, everyone kept the secret of your sister's truth. From your parents. I still disagree with that one. The one with the purple hair just like yours. Spirits. Purple hair, what a coincidence. Nobody has strange colored hair in this game. In fact, I'm pretty sure if I go back to the front entrance, hey, Miss Purple Hair. Saying. Anyways, I believe that should finish things. I'm just double check my list. Oops. Items. Gloves? No, I need rider boots. Is there a way to sort these? Oh, I can get the rider boots. And I should have the Michette plush. Michette plush, yeah. And the Mecha Mishi plush, check. I beat Mishi. Sent in the photo. Right? Yeah, okay. I might as well see if I got any profile note stuff. Nope. Battle notes?
So many.
And book notes.
I'll take so many.
And still only have Jonah to play with. Alright, that should be everything. Now, everybody. We can go. Oops, nope. Which way was it? Alright, it was actually this way. Ah! Place I was like, hey, this is probably it. And it was. We'll do that next time. So thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.
Well then,